Ionavation. We out in New Rochelle, Ionavation. Moving with Intel, Ionavation. Now we in the groove, Ionavation. We making money and moves, hey.
Hello, Ionavators. Welcome back. I'm May.
And I'm Bert. Welcome to the Ionavation Podcast.
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about gender and cultural diversity in the entrepreneurial world. So today we're going to be focused on an article that was written by Dr. Jessica Milley. She wrote this article for the Institute for Women's Policy and Research. This article really covers gender diversity and promoting it in entrepreneurship, innovation, and patenting. So this article really talks a lot about some of the setbacks that women and people of cultural diversity are facing right now within the entrepreneurial world.
Yeah, she goes on to discuss and share her research about patent filing statistics, so including the fact that 8% of patents are filed by women primarily, 20% of patents are filed with women as a team member. And in addition to that, she discusses the fact that in 2010, women just held 19% of engineering degrees and 21% of computer science degrees, and those are obviously super biased numbers, and those really aren't like numbers where we should be. And she basically discusses solutions to how to solve that problem, and solutions that she's exploring, and solutions that she's trying to offer to institutions willing to hear her out. And I think it's super important, this research paper, and I think she really contributed something great to us.
Absolutely. And one of the things that really stuck out to me in this research paper is when she stated men and women will not reach priority in patenting for over 3/4 of a century, which is in the year 2092, which is absolutely ridiculous because women do work really hard and, you know.
That's crazy that it's going to take that long
Absolutely.
For women to be on the same level of filing patents as men.
Yep.
And so I think that's pretty crazy. Something that stuck out to me was the fact that she mentions that when significant portions of the population are not represented in the innovative process, it's the social and economical development and progress that is actually what's suffering. And so I think that's super important to share, and that's definitely a highlight of this article for myself.
Absolutely, because women do make up a large part of the population. So if they're not being incorporated in terms of what's going on economically or socially, it will...
and solving problems
Absolutely,
of society.
yeah.
I think they should definitely have
Yep.
a huge stake in that. And that's really what this research paper is all about,
Yes.
is highlighting the gaps that she perceived and addressing them in a way that would benefit society as a whole. She also talks about how women-owned businesses that had a patent pending were also more likely to have greater revenues. So, and she goes on to say the opposite as to where like companies in general, let alone women-operated companies that didn't have a patent, they actually struggled more. And companies that had patents would actually receive more funding or receive funding easier.
Absolutely.
And so that's something too that she noted within her research.
No, of course.
And so something I also want to touch on that remind me of this is this summer you did a pretty cool program, right? What was that program called?
I did. It's called the European Innovation Academy, which took place in Turin, Italy.
Awesome.
So pretty much what this program does is entrepreneurs from around the world come together and they pursue their ventures and kind of take on this role of getting a startup started and all the necessary things that need to be done to pursue a startup. So this was a really cool experience in terms of getting a better understanding of what it is to be an entrepreneur and how to kind of go about pursuing your venture.
That's pretty cool. Did you go there with your idea?
Actually, I did. So my idea is called Generation Access.
Cool.
It is a mobile application that really helps solve the problem of people around the world having to try different products and having them go to waste and spending endless money and going through endless trials of trying to figure out what products work for them, whether it's for their skin or their hair. So what this mobile application does is it conducts questions. So you go through a survey of questions. After answering the questions, you're given an analysis. After this analysis is conducted, the consumer or the user can get product recommendations that fit their analysis. Later on, our phone application will be able to be used to scan any product's UPC to figure out whether or not the product is perfect for you.
That's pretty interesting. Something off the top of my head that I just connected was, I don't know if you heard, Amazon just partnered with Snapchat and allowing, I don't know if you saw the tech updates with Bert, but they basically partnered with Snapchat and to where you could actually point like the Snapchat camera at a product, and if the Amazon Marketplace has that, it'll take you to it in Amazon. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool.
Could you see that happening, something similar happening with your company where you could just point it at it and not just the, what was it, QVC code?
Yep, the UPC.
UPC, I said QVC. But yeah, no, I think that'd be pretty cool as well.
That's awesome.
I have another question for you.
Yes, of course.
So what do you think are like the biggest obstacles holding back diversity in entrepreneurship today?
I believe that there's limited access to programs that support innovative and entrepreneurial activities for women and for people of diverse cultural backgrounds. So it's really important that communities provide this support and give this kind of push or just educate the different innovators on how to be innovators or on how to pursue an entrepreneurial path. So that's really important that communities develop this type of program. And also, I believe that entities really need to be held responsible and pressured to really diversify where fundings are going in terms of VC and angel capitalists. Lastly, that's it. Yep. And so that's all we're going to talk about today in terms of gender and diversity. I would love to give a little shout out to two entrepreneurs. Dr. Layla Jenna. She was actually born here in New York and grew up in California. While in college, Jenna conducted field work in Mozambique, Senegal, and Rwanda, and consulted to and authored papers for the World Bank Development Research.
That's incredible.
I know, this is amazing. While she was in college. And she later created Samasource, which is a nonprofit business with the mission to reduce global poverty. And I would also like to give a shout out to our very own Dr. Rashida Weaver. She was born here in New York and grew up here as well. So she conducted the first large-scale empirical study on social, economic, and legal activities of social enterprises in the United States and is the creator of Weber's Social Enterprise Directory, which is absolutely amazing. Also the co-founder and CEO of Dreamhaven, which is a consulting company that aims to equip individuals, organizations, and communities with the tools to create positive social change in their lives and communities. And she's a professor here at Iona, which we are very lucky to have her.
Yeah, she actually had 2 classes today at Gale Ventures today. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I think the students were going over like elevator pitching and just getting in the rhythm of developing pitches and pitching in front of their classmates. So I thought that was a pretty cool exercise.
Yeah, and she will be joining us here on the Ionavation Podcast soon to really talk about social enterprises and what it is that it does. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, she's doing some really fascinating things. I'm definitely excited to learn more about it.
Absolutely.
So we also want to go into what's happening on campus. And so our homecoming coming up, and that's October 20th. So we're going to go ahead and get the advanced word out that Gale Ventures is going to be hosting a hackathon. And it's going to be really cool. There's going to be a grand prize of a nice, sweet pair of matte black wireless Beats.
Woo!
They're going to be real nice. They're going to be fresh out the box. Like, you'll be able to open them fresh out the box. And it's going to be really cool, and that's going to be hosted actually by the Hynes Institute, not Gale Ventures. Sorry about that. But it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a lot of great stuff. Homecoming is going to be a fun weekend anyways, but Gale Ventures and the Hynes Institute are going to make it even better.
Exactly, and no experience is necessary. So come to our co-working hours at Gale Ventures and really get a chance to develop these ideas for the hackathon and get a chance to win some Beats.
Absolutely. They're going to be great. And with that being said, we just want to finish off with thanking you for your time and following us on social media at Hynes Institute, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that good stuff. But until then,
we'll see you next time. Ciao.
We really working. Gale Ventures is the spot. Bert and May got the podcast hot. We innovating, no debating, we creating. Ionavators in our lane, never hating. We just worry about us and what we do. Ionavation Podcast show, get in tune.